Well, hello there. My name is Vladimir. Welcome to my studio. Today we are comparing the which one is which? The Sandberg California TM5 to the Harley Benton Enhanced bass. They look kind of similar. As you can probably tell, one of these basses was slightly inspired by the other one, and they are in a completely different price range. This is 1,500 euros or so, made in Germany, and it's just a really high quality kind of workhorse thing. This is 300 euros or so. Again, pricing depends on where you live, but roughly in that kind of price range. And it kind of seems to come with very similar specs and looks, minus maybe a few things. So we'll take a look at the specs, compare kind of what's similar and what's not similar on these two, and we'll hear some sounds, and at the end I'll give you my verdict and kind of the differences and things me and my buddy Ville, who you saw play in the song in the beginning, like the differences we found between these two. Let's start, I want to say the original one. The Sandberg California TM5 comes with a swamp ash body and a one-piece maple neck, and there's a separate maple fretboard here as well. Nice open gear tuners here. The bridge is their own design. It allows you not only to adjust the intonation and the string height, but you can also alter the string spacing as well, which is really cool. There's a kind of Music Man style humbucker and a jazz style single coil master volume. By pulling it, you get into passive mode. On this, you can split the humbucker. Then there's a kind of pickup blender. There's a nice notch in the middle, which basically means both pickups are active at the same time. This, I think, is just the neck pickup. This, I think, is just the bridge pickup. Then there's a treble control, again a nice notch, and a bass control. And this, as I mentioned already, splits the humbucker. On the back side, you can see that there's a 6-bolt naked joint and a battery compartment, and that's really nice natural finish on this one. The Harley Benton Enhanced comes with a very similar specs. Swamp ash body, maple neck. I think this is a maple fretboard. Unlike on the Sandberg, this has a kind of black binding thing going on, and also black fret inlays, which actually look kind of nice. This reminds me of the Squier jazz bass I had before getting this one. Again, nice open gear tuners. 6 bolts. The battery compartment is in a completely different spot than on the Sandberg. The bridge does look similar as on the Sandberg, but you cannot adjust the string spacing on this. But what's interesting is that on this bridge you can either have the strings like this through the bridge, or as we've done here, they're actually through the body. That's something that you cannot do on the Sandberg, so this is a cool addition, to be honest. As on the Sandberg, there's a volume with the passive switch, the pickup blender, there's the bass control. It does have a notch as well, I was doubting it for a second. Humbucker split thing, and the bass control. So this was the treble, not the bass control. I think I said bass control. Whatever, you get the idea. On the Harley Benton, the pickups are branded Roswell, something that I have seen on the other Harley Benton instruments I've had in my studio. And on the Sandbergs, the pickups are called Delano, however you want to pronounce that. But yeah, look very similar. Both have a fairly modern 14-inch radius on the fretboard. The scale is 34 inches on both of these. And yeah, you can see where this thing got its inspiration. The neck profile on these is very different, and we'll talk about that in the kind of overall verdict of the basses. But what we're going to do next is actually take a listen to the isolated tracks from the song in the beginning, so you can hear how these basses work with the exactly same preset on the Line 6 Helix between the two tracks. So the only possible differences you're hearing come from the bass and the pickups itself. We're actually using the exactly same string set on both of the basses as well, and both of the string sets are freshly swapped onto these. So yeah, the only differences you might possibly hear are between the basses themselves. For more comparison, I had my buddy Ville, who's an actual good bass player. I'm still learning. I had him play both of the basses just DI, so we can hear just the instrument without any amp simulation, compression, anything like that. And we went for the bridge humbucker, both of the pickups, neck, then active passive modes. And if I remember correctly, we also checked out the humbucker splits on both. So, what do I and my buddy Ville both think of these basses? Ville's opinion was very valuable because he kind of spots things that I don't even think about on basses. First of all, the Sandberg just feels more high quality, which isn't surprising. It's a very heavy bass, like weight-wise, but it just feels high quality. Everything is kind of... There's a lot of attention to detail in this bass, like the frets are really well done, how the string tree thing is made. Let's put it on that camera. It looks neat, the body is slightly smaller and the headstock is kind of more neat looking. It's just smaller and looks kind of better to me. All the electronics feel high quality, the pots feel nice, and there's kind of a... they're not too loose or anything like that. And that brings me to the point of like the electronics on the Harley Benton, like that's where you mostly feel the cheapness, so to speak. Like for 300 euros, this is a ridiculously good bass. It sounds good, it looks good, and actually both of us preferred the neck profile on the Harley Benton. I mean, neck profile is a very personal thing, so I cannot say that one or other thing is better, but we both preferred the neck profile on this one, which came as a surprise to me. The electronics, as I already mentioned, aren't nearly as good on this one. There's a buzz thing going on when doing the passive active mode thing on the Harley Benton. The pots feel a little bit loose, they are not as kind of neat looking as on the Sandberg. The bridge thing is actually surprising because I like the string through thing, and maybe because of that the Harley Benton actually resonates, or like kind of acoustically it's much louder than the Sandberg, which came as a surprise to both of us. On the Sandberg, when you go into the passive mode, you can use the treble control as a tone knob. That's something you cannot do on the Harley Benton. And Ville described, like, because he has a lot of experience with this one, it's his bass. He said that he feels that the dynamics are kind of easier to control on this one. Like the Harley Benton is also like a very dynamic bass to play, but it's just more control with the Sandberg. Something that we cannot kind of tell you is how this instrument will age. What I mean by that is when this Harley Benton goes to the 4 seasons of Finland, which means huge humidity and temperature changes, how it will respond is something that we don't know yet. Many times on affordable instruments, the frets will just kind of pop out, or like the fret ends will need a lot of work, and the neck might need a lot of adjustment and stuff like that. So we don't know that yet. We do know that this instrument has been at Wille's possessions for a while now, and it's been really stable, and it's just a great workhorse. But yeah, honestly, I'm really impressed with the Harley Benton Enhanced. It even says Pro Series on the headstock. I do not like the design of the headstock. It's not like super ugly, but it's just, well, if you compare this to one of these is nicely shaped and stuff, and this is just bigger. Both are great basses. If you want to get your first 5-string bass, which I did, this is a great buy. If you want to get a professional level but still fairly affordable bass, you might consider this one. And I don't think they sound exactly the same, but this will get you in the ballpark, and when you're ready to upgrade, you can get this. Actually, this exact model isn't on sale anymore. Sandberg made slight changes to the body design in 2015. This is a 2012 model, so you can get pretty much the same bass, but it will just look slightly different. But that's really it. Finish-wise, this actually feels pretty similar, except that on the Sandberg, the back of the neck is lacquered, while on Harley Benton, it's just matte. But yeah, they get pretty close, but there are some differences. And having done this comparison, I'm actually really happy that I got this one, because when Ville bought this one, and I think I was doing live mixing to a band where he was playing at, I was just really impressed with the sound, and like this thing kind of stood out from the previous basses he's played, and getting a tone that's at least in the ballpark for 300 euros or so is just pretty damn impressive. So well done Sandberg and Harley Benton both. And if you want to get either of these basses, please follow the link below in the description. You can also leave me a comment and tell me what you think of this comparison, which one you prefer more, or maybe there's some other bass, budget or kind of pro level one that you prefer more. And if you want to support what I do, get yourself a Cat Pick Studios t-shirt, links below in the description. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well. Thanks for watching this video, thanks to Ville for playing bass on this video as well, and I shall see you next time. This is a bit difficult. Bye!